Boy, do we got a topic for you guys. I want to discuss the kingdom is within and ending this illusion of separation that we've been made to believe. But before we get started, let's take a deep breath together. And let's hold it. Let's let go. Let those shoulders relax. And take another breath. And hold. And let go. Let that jaw unclench. Let's put our hands on our heart. And we just say the fallen mindset, the body, the soul, the being that believes the separation, the matrix system, deactivate, turn off. And we speak to the divine, the blueprint of our original design, Monad, the kingdom within, fully activate, fully on, and take a breath, and hold, and let go. So, I want you to take a moment and just really hear this. Really hear this. What if everything you were taught about God, about prayer, even about heaven, hey, how's it going, was built all on misunderstanding? And I don't mean a malicious lie, but a misperception. Because almost every spiritual system begins with one assumption. That you are here and the divine is somewhere else. Some far off distant thing. Thank you. You know, but we're not. It's not some far off distant thing. You know, it's not somewhere above. It's not somewhere distant. It's not somewhere you must reach. But this morning, you know what? We're going to question that completely, aren't we? Because that's what you've been taught. Because what if the truth is not that you are separate from God? But that you're only been taught to see yourself that way. I call it the illusion of separation. I don't identify with any religion, man. So let's start with something simple. Every prayer you've ever spoken, every time you've asked, God help me, God guide me, God save me, notice the structure. There's always two. This has created a divide right away. You and something else. The one asking and the one being asked. But here's the deeper question. What if the act of begging itself creates the illusion of distance? Because the moment you're asking, you affirm, I do not have. The moment you ask, you affirm, I am not that. It is not here. And this isn't about saying a prayer wrong. It's about seeing what it implies. Because Yeshua said something that contradicts this entire framework. I and the Father are one. Not close to, not guided by, not separate from, one. And then he said something even more radical. You will do greater things than I have done. I mean, think about that. I mean, how can you do greater things than something you believe is infinitely above you? I mean, really, how do you do greater things than somebody you think so far off and so infinitely above you and just staring down, pointing a finger at you, and you got to beg for help? How can you do greater things then? It's a contradiction. Do you know how much we've been taught that are lies, that are such contradictions? It makes no sense. And we just blindly follow this way of thinking. Unless he was pointing to identity, not heresy, the kingdom within, the kingdom of heaven is within you. Within you. Not later, not after death, not in the sky. Within. So there we have a contradiction, right? A big time contradiction. See, religion says, look up. Yeshua says, look within. Wait, what? You telling me the guy you tell me to look up towards says, look within? Why are you teaching me something completely opposite? See, both cannot be true in the same way, now can they? It makes no sense. It's a contradiction in itself. This is where it brings in science on top of it, because modern physics tells us something extraordinary. Energy cannot be created or destroyed, only transformed. So your body, what you call you, is not a solid object now, is it? It's a dynamic field of energy. Atoms, vibrating, particles appearing and disappearing, a constant flow. So what are you really? You are a process, a pattern, an expression of something deeper. And that something has no beginning or no end. Infinite. So if energy cannot die, then what we call death is not an ending. It's a transition. Which means the idea of going somewhere after death starts to fall apart, because what you are never left. Wow. Let's go deeper with that. Let's go into the mind. Because psychology explains why the illusion feels so real. See, you're given an identity, a name, a story, a role, and over time, you build what we call ego. And the ego is not evil. It's functional. It helps you survive. But it does something very specific. It creates separation. I am me, and everything else is not me. This includes God. So now the mind creates a division. I am human. God is something else. And once that belief is formed, everything reinforces it. Religion, culture, language, even your own thoughts. But here's the problem. If the ego is one creating separation, then it cannot be the one that realizes unity. Which means awakening is not improvement of the ego. It is seeing through it. And this is exactly what the Gnostics were pointing to. They used the word gnosis, which means direct knowing. Not belief, not faith, not secondhand truth. Direct experience. They describe it like this, as it's as if you've been wearing glasses your entire life and you forgot you forgot they were even there. And then one day you realize something. Nothing new was added. Nothing was achieved. You simply saw what was already present. And this is a shift. Not becoming something, but recognizing what you already are. And here's where everything changes. The moment you stop reaching outward is the moment you realize you were never separate. I mean, look at nature. A wave is not separate from the ocean. A leaf is not separate from the tree. A flame is not separate from the fire. So why do we believe we are separate from the source? You are not outside of reality. You are reality, expressing itself as you, like a ray of the sun. The ray is not different from the sun. It is the sun in an expression. And this is what Gnostics called the monad, the indivisible one. Not something you connect to, but something you are. So now the question becomes, if you are already that, what is there to seek? This is the hardest part for most people, because the mind is addicted to seeking. It always says, there's something more. There's something next. I'm not there yet. What if the one who is seeking is the very thing being sought? Then seeking collapses and what remains is being. And this is what I call the dropping away of the seeker. Not because you found something new, but because you saw there was never distance. So what does this mean for your life? It means you stop reaching and start reorganizing. You stop begging and start being. You stop searching for God and realize what you have been searching for is what is looking. You are not a drop in the ocean. You are the ocean, appearing as a drop. And the kingdom was never somewhere else. It has always been within you. Sit with that. And don't try to understand it. Just notice what in you already knows. All right, everybody. You guys have a great day. We will see you tomorrow morning. Peace and love. 8 a.m. Pacific time. If you haven't got my books yet, go over on Amazon and type in Awaken, written by Ariel Hooper, and three books will come up. Get yourself copies. All right, peace.